Hi guys, hello and welcome. I hope everybody's doing very well. I'm in Fort Langley with my family and I wanted to show you something really interesting. Forgive me, there's some background noises, a lot of people nearby. But this is a successful graft on an ash tree. So this has been grafted, oh man, I want to say probably 30, 35, 40 years ago. And what you have on the bottom here is you have a rootstock of the common ash. So this over here is Fraxinus excelsior, which is a very cool tree, very cool name for a tree. And the one on the top here is Fraxinus ornos. So this over here is the manna ash. So what happened was, much like Dutch elm disease, North America lost many of its large-scale deciduous canopy tree covered trees. And the ash is no exception. The ash is very susceptible to emerald ash borer, the Agrillus planipennis, which is a type of beetle. It's a really beautiful beetle. But what it does is it gestates and it essentially bores its larvae into the cork of the tree, creating, it essentially girdles the tree, like the xylem and phloem and the vascular tissues can't bring water from the roots all the way up into the canopy. So what some really smart people did was they decided to graft manna ash and other types of ash that are very susceptible to complete dieback from this insect with common ash. People are trying to do this with different kinds of fruit trees, like pear trees, for example. And it's just really incredible. So I wanted to show you this one over here too. So this over here is a sucker coming up from the common ash, the excelsior. It was grafted right up here. This is where the excelsior ash becomes the manna ash. And then we got the manna ash that's being preserved on the top here. Beautiful, beautiful, large, sprawling canopy tree. Incredibly long-lived tree. This is kind of like a beech tree in that it takes a while for them to really get going, and then once they get well established, they can be a pretty fast-growing tree. But in general, it takes a really long time for them to beef up like this. It's not like a black walnut or like a black cottonwood, for example, where they grow really fast and die really fast. But these are incredibly important for the biodiversity of our, especially in eastern North America, our deciduous forests. So yeah, this is what happens when you get a beautiful idea and beautiful people that come up with modern solutions for really devastating natural problems that end up becoming success stories. I'm gonna see if I can find another one over here. Now, I made another video not too long ago talking about Gary oak. I'm gonna try to post that one soon. But like, look at how successful this graft is. And they graft them pretty high. It's not like a basal graft or anything like that. Because in general, the root system of the common ash isn't like so incredibly sucker prone like an American sweet gum, for example. It kind of keeps to its own, so they can put the graft union up high. And actually having it in the bottom of the crown here is kind of good for the structural integrity of the tree. Yeah. So that's my little video on grafts, and I'm gonna try to post that video on Gary oaks as well. It's more of kind of an introduction to Gary oaks rather than like an educational video, but I think it's short and sweet and it tells people about really cool ecosystems. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'm gonna try to post a lot more often than this. I say that every time, but this time I mean it. And yeah, stay blessed.